Hey, we're back for an update. Are you tired of the pandemic yet and all the confusion that comes with it? I am too. But that doesn't deliver us from it. We've got to finish this course. So I want to encourage you not to grow weary. Don't give in to that temptation. Discouragement and despair and heaviness, they sneak in when we're weary. And we've got to renew ourselves. Take some time to give thanks to the Lord. Find the good things that God is doing. Celebrate those. Use your voice. Push back on that emotion and those thoughts that will steal your joy and your hope and your purpose that would try to keep you from finishing the course. We're going to finish this thing. We will not stop. Remember the proclamation? I checked in with some of my friends around the world this week. I just want to give you an update. Sometimes I think we get so buttoned down, locked down in our own little environment, we forget what's happening around the world. There's challenges all over. I checked with our friends in South Africa, and on Sunday, the South African president issued some new guidelines. No social gatherings whatsoever, even with family. They're even locking up the liquor stores. Now that's getting serious. And so South Africa is still struggling with a lot of confusion. I read a report from China, and I confirmed it. I think it's true that it was in the Chinese media, that the Chinese Communist Party has given instructions for any state-run church, state-acknowledged or sponsored church that wants to reopen. These are the requirements. They're required to raise the national flag, to sing the national anthem, and to praise Xi Jinping's handling of the coronavirus pandemic. So basically, they have to kneel before the Communist Party before they'll be given permission to reopen their churches. I talked to some friends in Israel, and they're coming out again, but there's a lot of frustration there as well. You know, they're estimating that as many as 50% of the Israelis are frightened they're not going to be able to cover their expenses as a result of the economic devastation of the coronavirus. I've got a friend in Israel. He's a lieutenant colonel in the military. He's retired now from the IDF. But he gave us a couple of definitions and then made a statement. He said a battle fog, he used some of his military training. He said a battle fog is a situation you get into because of impaired planning, relationship problems, or bad command. And then he linked it to a smoke screen. He said a smoke screen is a situation you initiate to hide your movements. And this was his statement. He said both terms describe situations where you're limited while you want to get out of them as soon as possible. And it seems our present situation is a battle fog that someone created to hide behind a smokescreen. Not a very optimistic report. So I just thought it's good to know that the challenges we face, they're not unique to our neighborhood or to the street we live on. The whole world is caught. There's a conflict taking place in the earth, and it really doesn't begin with a virus. I think it truly is spiritual. I know I've said that to you before, but what we're battling is the spirit of fear and confusion and anarchy. And the church has a unique role to play. Your prayers, your words, your proclamations, they matter. You're not insignificant. We're going to win over this thing. Truth will come from our nation to the nations of the world. That's why we can't give in to the deception and the lies we hear in the media and from leaders with agendas other than our best. When there are real challenges, we stand together, we unify. We're as divided as we've ever seen before. So I don't believe our leaders, every leader really believes this is a threat. I think they see it as an opportunity. And as long as selfish ambition is driving us, we're not going to get to the best outcomes. We have got to pray, church. There's some remarkably good things happening. We're having services on campus. We're 10 weeks into this now. We've been outdoors Wednesday night, Saturday night, 6 p.m., both of those, Sunday mornings at 9:30. I've got some news coming about the weekend I'll share later in the week, but I just want to take a minute to remind you now, Wednesday night at 6, and then Saturday night at 6, we have expanded that Saturday night a bit. We have some concerts that are a part of it. We're still doing church, but we've invited some musical guests. This week, Matthew West and Kane are going to be with us. And they'll be a part of worship. And then when we're done with church proper, they're each going to do a 30-minute set. There's food trucks here. Bring your lawn chairs. If you want to bring your yard umbrellas or your pop-up tents, we've got a designated area for those so you're not impeding everybody else's visibility. So make it as comfortable as you can. The pool is up. We're doing baptism Saturday night. If you haven't been baptized, come on, it's time. If you've got a friend or a neighbor that's ready for a new start with the Lord, bring them with you. They don't have to be a part of WOC. We're asking God to rain righteousness upon us. Let it begin with us. We're going to give an invitation to pray for the sick Saturday night. You know, I'm grateful for our healthcare systems and everything that happens, but the power of God to deliver us from sickness and disease isn't in spite of medicine or apart from medicine. It can be very much a both and, but we need God's help. We are going to gather this week and invite the Spirit of God into the midst of our lives to speak into the darkness and receive what God has for us as individuals, as families, as a church, as a community, and even a nation. God is moving in the earth. He's awakening His people, and we get to be a part of it. Don't be filled with despair. The reading this week is the Gospel of John. The battle plan is out there with prayers for morning, noon, and evening. Take your place. Stand firm. Don't back up. Don't give in to the discouragement. We will see the victory of the Lord. God bless you and have a great day.